What's up, what's up, what's up? We are back again. You're doing the thing. Y'all know I try not to spam you with this, but if you are not yet subscribed to the channel or any of that stuff, please do make sure that you, like the video and subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icons for notifications and all the good stuff. Appreciate it. I'll try not to say that again for 40 minutes or however long it is that we have been doing. I try not to hit you guys with that all the time, but if you're not, as of yet, I would definitely appreciate it. So today we are going to be looking at the recent nerfs. I went ahead and looked at the specific details, and we want to see how that impacts our change to our loadouts and everything. So with this update coming through, we had the Season 9 launch, and then we had a bug fix patch, essentially, and then after that, they immediately went for the throat with the Renetti. Let us not forget that the Renetti was pretty ubiquitous. Everybody was running it. Iceman Isaac was ahead of the curve when he said we're going to be seeing that get nerfed immediately, and he also called what people are basically replacing the Renetti with. I want to take a look at a couple of other options as well and kind of see how those feel. So we'll be modifying our loadouts that we built up from the recent loadout overhaul that we did, and see kind of how it actually feels in gameplay moving forward. So without ado, we're going to pull up the notes here and see if we can go over these together right quick. So right off the bat, we started with the Season 3 launch on April 3rd. All that came out. We got Rebirth Island again, etc., etc. Goes over all those details. Infill strikes in season. New Warzone boot camp mode. Bringing back Rebirth and Resurgence. Here's a list of the playlist on rotation. Squad play bonus, etc., etc., right? So that was our big update. April 9th, we saw what was essentially a bug fix patch. So they put the ground vehicles in Rebirth Island. Update for the FJX Horus. The adjustments, basically optic attachments with an integrated laser, no longer compatible with the ECS requieter suppressor muzzle. So if you were running that muzzle, they basically disqualified all of the optics that have an integrated laser. They disqualified those from being attached to the gun with the requieter suppressor muzzle. Not a huge deal. Just a kind of an adjustment, a balancing adjustment. It shouldn't have affected too many people because nobody's talking about the FJX Horus. LMG, the Evolver, basically there was a bug, if I understand correctly, that allowed you to equip 2 of the ZM35s, and so they fixed that so that you can equip 2 of them. Sniper rifle adjustment for the Moors, obviously brand new weapon. In the season launch. So that one had the Hurricane 9 variable optic. It's no longer usable on the Moors. Again, not a groundbreaking change, but worth noting for anybody that had it in their loadouts. Bug fixes, there was an issue preventing tactical and lethal equipment from auto picking up. That's supposedly fixed. There was an issue with players shooting their weapons while ledge hanging after picking up the Guardian kill streak. That's apparently fixed. There was an issue preventing the red outline on the border of the minimap to display when someone was under the effect of the enemy's advanced UAV. Apparently that's been fixed. Issue preventing one-shot protection from functioning in ranked play. Resurgence, they've apparently fixed that. Issue causing too many and UAV towers to spawn in ranked play. Resurgence. So there was too much UAV action apparently, and they've brought that down. Fixed an issue that prevented players from equipping unlocked items in the rank overview within the rank rewards menu. So apparently that's been fixed as well. Like I said, nothing life-changing in this patch. It was basically just some bug fixes and such. But as we all expected, Renetti basically got hit in the absolute face. Let's just go ahead and take a look at it. Jack Ferocity Carbine Kit nerfed into Oblivion. Max damage decreased from 28 to 28 from 36. So we saw an 8 damage per bullet decrease. Minimum damage decreased 24 down from 28. So we even saw the minimum damage reduced from 28 to 24. That's severely penalizing whenever you're pushing that max range and trying to use the Renetti as an SMG substitute or as an AR substitute, as so many people were. So we also see the max range decreased to 12.44 from 17.52. So you were still able to kind of sit right on that mid-range line. You were able to sit on that mid-range line with the max damage range, and they have brought that down substantially. So now it's just a little bit further than the first target in the firing range. For those that are not number savvy, basically that first target in the firing range is 10 meters. So it's basically just beyond him. That's your max damage range. Lower torso multiplier increased to 1.1x, up from 1. So they're trying to give a little bit of balance to the nerfs, increasing the damage to lower torso. Arms and hands multiplier also increased to 1.1, up from 1. So we see a little bit of a damage boost for the Renetti if you have the Jack Ferocity Carbine Kit equipped. On lower torso, hands, and arms, you're going to get a 10% damage boost if you have the Jack Ferocity Carbine Kit with that. Essentially, they're trying to make this a more specialized CQC weapon instead of everybody using it for a 450 millisecond TTK close and mid-range weapon. Because that's where everybody was, essentially. It was ubiquitous in execution. So I don't think anybody was surprised by the Renetti nerf, but we have seen it, and we need to now start considering what our move forward is. So like I said, most people were using this actually as a replacement for any of their close and mid-range weapons. The TTK was just ridiculous, and recoil was almost non-existent, and the damage per mag and the fire rate was exceptional. So we're going to be looking at how we can complement our loadout moving forward by looking at our CQC and our mid-range weapons, and then what we use on the mid to long range, your anti-sniper, your complements, and the secondary kind of moving forward there. Everybody's heard me talking ad nauseum about the FJX Horus, and we're going to go over that just a little bit because I honestly believe that it is a genuine contender if you are in those high mobility CQC engagements. And we'll go ahead and take a look and see how viable that is as we make these adjustments on our loadout. So, moving right over here to our loadout screen. Oh, there we go. Thank you, OBS. I didn't know that COD was a difficult window name to keep track of, but okay. So this was the loadout that we were using last stream, at the end of stream, and it's fun. One problem that we're having with this particular MK9 build is it has a little bit too much crossover with the FJX build. It favors more of that CQC engagement style, and when you're trying to use it a little bit further off, it's a little bit more recoil in the build than there probably should be as your kind of mid-range or anti-sniper support weapon. So we're going to be looking at making some adjustments there. We will completely overhaul this loadout to pull the Renetti out. I do not want the Renetti on this build at all. I'm also going to look at probably swapping this up just a little bit. We didn't really do a ton with the SOA when we were doing our initial testing of these loadouts, but I think I want to try a Horus build with the Subverter on this one and make sure that this Subverter is set up for a little bit more of that sniper support, mid-range, long-range support to back up that CQC playstyle on the other. Striker 9 matching up with the Core 45 here. This is not an akimbo build. That's just the pre-built that I built it off of. So this was our binary trigger. This is our aftermarket conversion kit build that we were using. The Striker 9 build is more of a mid-range support, and the Core 45 was our CQC on that one. Wasp 9 I am not a fan of at this point. I've got a reel or a short or whatever you want to call it that's been circulating, and it basically, with mouse and keyboard, there is no there's no reliability in what I'm aiming at. Pretty much every time I pull that gun up, if I'm not initiating the combat, between the bolt delay and I don't know if it's flinch or what, but with mouse and keyboard, my reticle just flies all over the screen and I hit nothing. So we're going to completely remove the WSP9 from our build. I am not interested in running that gun right now. We can revisit it later. That MCW, though, I love. I love that build. So I think I'm actually going to swap in either a Core 45 for that build or a Horus for that build and see how that complements the MCW. That MCW, you could set your watch to it. It's steady as a son of a gun. I love it. The BP50 and Holger 26. I think this was a bad matchup on my part. I think I built these as complementary weapons, but they really kind of occupy the same space. The Holger 26 is not a long-range weapon with the conversion kit. The burnout kit on that really does make it a close-range or mid-range follow-up, kind of out-of-ammo weapon swap, OMG, gonna die, but I want to send as much lead down this hall as I can. That's really where that Holger 26 is, and it's almost unmatched in being able to continue to keep that pressure on with that fire rate, but the recoil just becomes so unmanageable towards the later end of that mag that you really cannot be using it as a reliable kind of follow-up, and unfortunately the BP50 does not have that that danger in the further range. So we want to try to swap out that BP50 for something to match up to the Holger 26 burnout kit just a little bit better. And we'll use that BP50 in the MK9 build, but I want to modify this MK9 build as well. I think that the BP50 and the FJX can both kind of occupy the same space, just a slightly different play style. So where the Horus is more of your CQC, more aggressive, more in your face, hey, we're barrel stuffing here, where that kind of lives in that space. I would like to see the BP50 a little bit more calculated. I'd like to see that kind of occupy that space. And what we can do is we can actually have our MK9 built. I believe we can still build it out of the new conversion kit because that new conversion kit brings a ton of mobility. But we can still dial in some more sustained, target acquisition without losing all of that mobility that the new kit brings. So let's take a look. Okay, just making sure we're on the right slide here. Sorry about that, guys. Oh, whoops. That was the wrong window to move. My window management over here is not the best. Where is it? Where's the window? There it is. Okay, cool. So this one will come back over. Stream status. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that, y'all. So we're going to go ahead and start off, I think, with this BP50 and Holger build. So the Holger 26 here. We're going to call this Holger Burnout in our weapon save. This, again, has incredible mobility. We've got a 60-round mag that replaces very quickly, and we're bringing 1,000 rounds per minute from this gun with 1,000 meters per second bullet velocity. We've got really, for an LMG, we've got a good ADS, we've got a good sprint to fire, but we are lacking on the back end of that magazine. Once the barrel heats up, we're lacking that recoil control. So we don't want to rely on this weapon as being our follow-up or our, our cleanup. So this is actually going to be more of our mid-range and CQC weapon, and we need something else to go ahead and provide that that cleanup. So I think what we can do here is borrow. We're going to borrow this Subverter build. And throw that over here in the Holger build. Where am I at? That's a battle rifle. Sorry. Just had a little brain fart. No big deal. Moving right along. So we'll basically have the Holger is going to be our front end, and the SOA is going to be the back end there. That's the way I kind of see this one flowing out. And just for everyone's kicks and giggles, so you can see everything here, I'm running the Jack BFB muzzle, the Dozer 90 long barrel. We have the Bruin heavy support grip on the underbarrel. We have the 50-round drum for our magazine, and I'm running the Ares Clear Shot. For those of you that don't run the Ares Clear Shot with any kind of regular gameplay, we take a 12% hit on ADS for 10% recoil gun kick, 10% horizontal recoil, and 10% vertical recoil. We also get the dual optic toggle, so same way that you'd move between ADS and tac stance, you get a 7x mag or a clear sight lens. So I like this particular optic for that versatility with the recoil built in 10% across the board. It's a really underrated scope that I do not see a ton of people using. I'm sure that's because I follow a little bit slower gameplay and I'm not running a ton of snappy ADS builds. But if you're needing that in like your follow-up weapon or something like that, where Heinrichter is going to give you a little bit of boost to your ADS, and it's going to give you 3.7 and 7.0 on your magnification. This one is actually going to give you a little bit slower ADS, but you get a very noticeable amount of recoil and gun kick control, and you get a lens, a clear sight lens, and a 7.0 mag. So that's how I'm going to build this one for right now. We may end up swapping that around, maybe pull a Heinrichter in there, but for the moment, that's where we're going to go ahead and sit on that one. And that will be paired up with our Holger Burnout, which is running this Burnout kit, and we're hitting the DR6 hand stop, we're hitting the SL Razorhawk laser, we're hitting the Jack glassless optic, and we're hitting the CT2000 tactical grip. That grip is actually 13% on the sprint to fire. So again, this gun is actually favoring our CQC and mid-range engagements. So we are trying to get that as snappy as possible. So we will rename this one over to our SOA and Holger 26 build. It's going to be that one there. We are going to work on this WSP 9 build now. And like I said, I'm going to swap out the WSP for our FJX Horus build. And I do want to run the Ripper Light stock. I believe that was something I decided the last round that we were running. And I'm going to actually pull this high velocity ammo out and take a look at that 48 round mag. You can see still just a movement demon here. And here's our Sprintifier. Just lightning fast. It is just so snappy. This gun is ridiculous, man. So I would like to see kind of how this marries up in the gameplay. So this right here, and the thing to remember, guys, this is a high movement gun. Our even in tack stance, our aiming idle sway is kind of all over the place, but that's our tack stance spread. It's like nothing. That's tack stance spread. So we're gonna go ahead and keep that one married in with the MCW. We already like this build. For those that needed it, it is the 16.5 Cyclone long barrel with the Jack glassless. We are running the 40 round mag. This has the rapid strike grip. That's giving us that 1.6 Sprintifier when everything's all together. We have the 8% ADS with that grip. And we are running the Jack Raven kit. Jack Raven kit increases our mobility, it reduces our vertical recoil, it introduces quite a bit of horizontal recoil, but we're still at only 15.82 degrees per second. And it gives us a ton of hipfire spread reduction. It gives us a ton of the min. It gives us more of the max than the min. 3% on the min, 20% on the max. It gives us 19% spread reduction on the tactical stance. But we're seeing headshot damage up 28%. Upper torso damage up 13%, lower torso damage up 21%, and 11% increase on the upper leg damage. We see a reduction in our velocity and our minimum damage range and effective damage range, but our rate of fire goes up 12%. So we're seeing 800 rounds per minute. We're seeing increased damage per bullet. Our bullet velocity is down to 566, but we're still sitting at a 160 millisecond sprint to fire, 245 on the ADS. And our movement speed is very respectable for this particular build. Go ahead and pop in here real quick so you can kind of see how it feels. Again, we are having no problem moving around. Mobility is excellent. And pop up, down, down. You guys know I do not have the best recoil control, especially by comparison of a lot of streamers, content creators, but this build is absolutely dangerous. I actually like it more for that kind of 20, that like 15, 25 meter range. This gun is really, really excellent. So this build is not going to have a ton of like long range support, but you should be very deadly and very mobile in that barrel stuffing CQC all the way up to about 25, maybe 30 yards. You should still be able to go ahead and present danger at 30 yards, but beyond that, you're not really going to have a ton of response. But if you're playing with a team that doesn't need that, all the more better. Are you playing with a team? Are you playing by yourself? Hopefully by and not with. Moving right over to this MK9 build. We will... I think we're actually going to go ahead and start from scratch on this build here. So... let's take it from here. We will just clear all this out. Deselect all. Grab our conversion kit right off the bat. Let's take a peek. So this has ADS, reload, sprint to fire, weapon swap speed, ADS movement speed, tactical sprint speed, crouch movement speed, regular movement speed, all up. Recoil, gun kick, vertical recoil, reduced. Horizontal recoil, increased. Hipfire spread min and max, down. Tactical stance spread, down. Rate of fire, up. Open bolt delay, 50 milliseconds. Don't forget the open bolt delay. It's only 50 milliseconds, but that's the sprint to fire for the FJX Horus right now. Don't forget, the build that we're running has like a 0.5, 0.6 sprint to fire. So sprint to fire plus open bolt delay, bear that in mind. Your effective damage range is down 36%, 20.4 meters. Minimum damage range, 48 meters. That's down 88%. Our bullet velocity is down 30%, so we're at 567. Bear in mind as well, this conversion kit is chambered in 300 blackout. We lose the ammo option. We lose the barrel option. We lose the muzzle option. We lose the stock and the ammo option. So we are much more limited in the additional attachments that we can put on this, which means we need to be very specific in what we're putting on this particular weapon in order to make it work. But that conversion kit is so massive when you take a look across the board at what it's bringing to the table. We still have options to dial things in. Our underbarrel is open, our stock is open, our optic is open, our rear barrel is open, and our laser is open. So what we have to decide coming into the conversation is, what do we want this gun to do? What do you expect from your Bruin MK9? For this particular build, we're going to marry this with the BP50. This BP50, I would like to be a CQC and mid-range challenger. So we're going to use our MK9 as our mid-range and longer range support. But we're using the Jack Shadow Titan kit conversion to make sure that we remain mobile. We want to be very mobile with this build. In my opinion, you should not have a BP50 in your loadout unless it is a high mobility build. That is the thing that the BP50 shines on, is its strafiness and its quick, snappy ADS and movement. So starting off here, let's take everything gets limited here. So let's take a look at what our options are. We essentially have the flinch resistance grip. We have the recoil control grip, and we have the ADS and sprint to fire grip. The stock options. Oh, I forget. We do have stocks here. We do have stocks here. I was thinking that this one locked the stocks, but we do have stocks. So the iron bar stock is going to be sprint speed and ADS with a decrease to idle sway. The 256 stock is going to be more mobility at the cost of a little bit of recoil control. If you were using this as straight up, CQC, this would probably be where you're going to favor. We already did have this stock in a different one of our builds. The lane 56 is going to be crouch movement speed, taking a massive tank in favor of a little bit of hip fire and tack spread advantage and recoil advantage at 4 and 5%. I don't know that this really makes a ton of sense. I don't know that those are gains that are valuable enough to reconcile. But no stock definitely has a ton of movement improvements that we see across the board, but it basically just completely removes this gun's ability to handle anything on the further range. So we're going to completely shy away from this. And let's go ahead and throw in the lane 56 stock for right now. And we'll partner that with the Stip 40. Our underbarrel option is probably going to be the Bruin Heavy Support. And we either have the option of a laser or an optic here. I am probably going to favor the Ares clear shot here. I don't think we have the Heinrichter as an option on the LMG. Yeah, so we'll go ahead and partner this up with our Ares Clear Shot. For all intents and purposes, let's go ahead and give ourselves a little camo action and get a little gun screen on there for fun. So, this is an LMG. Like I said, not really your very best friend at the longer range, even with that 7x scope. And we do have a little bit of idle sway that we're fighting actively here, but we don't aim for headshots specifically, and we allow some body shots in there. This right here, plus we go ahead and swap over to that clear sight lens on the Ares. And we're still able to be very respectable in our threat presentation. This does go to a more traditional mag on this conversion kit, so we're no longer dealing with the belt feed. That means our reload speed is exceptional for an LMG. So this will be our build here, is kind of allowing us to utilize both of these and get a little bit of recoil control out of it. That Bruin heavy support is bringing in the horizontal quite a bit, which, as you can see, is necessary. So that's going to be our build for the Bruin, and I do want to go ahead and save this one. So I think we're actually going to go ahead and just swap this one out for that same build. So we've got our Renetti that we are going to swap out for this particular core build. And I'm just going to swap that in for the Renetti. So this one has the HRM range support build. This one has the HRM CQC build. So we're using the core as our CQC and the HRM as our range support for this particular build. This build is using the HRM CQC with our SOA for the mid and cleanup. We're using, on this build, we have the Striker 9 with the Core 45. Already like that build. It felt pretty good. I didn't test it a ton, but it did feel pretty good. Our WSP we have swapped out for the FJX Horus. So let's update the name of that one. And the MCW is our cleanup and mid-range and sniper support. We have the SOA now supporting our Holger. And we have the MK9 paired with the BP50. So we're going to move forward with these builds and do a little bit of testing, see how this feels moving forward. I think that these are overall going to be, I think these are going to be respectable improvements to the loadouts. hopefully that was some good information. I definitely don't want to just be talking into the wind, but there's a lot to go over. And I think the other thing is we definitely have to get into content and test them out. It's one thing to look at the numbers on paper. It's another thing entirely to actually get into the map and see how it functions in real gameplay when there's bullets flying and you know, controllers auto assist. I mean, you know, players using their skills in the game. All right. Let's see how it goes from here, kids. A little bit better place for the mic, maybe.
Gear up fast, we're about to get evil. Enemies are dropping into the area. Watch the skies. Quick and quiet. Cracked 'em. That's a kill. Enemies dropping into the AO. Playtime's over. Stand by for deployment to the war zone.
All right, kids, here we go. Let's see how we do.
Survive the timer to secure redeployment. Earn points to speed up the countdown. Enemy soldier incoming.
Shot out while we're taking care of business here. What did we have? Pick those. I like that one better. Primal mine. Any?
Occupation scan. The enemy's surveilling the AO. Stay low or use the water for concealment.
I love just laying on the ground here so that we don't...
Enemies detected. Locations marked.
There we go. Oh, there we go.
Get those knees up.
Okay.
targets identified. Weapons free. Gas is inbound.
Contract started.
Enemies are dropping into the area. Watch the skies.
Sweet field upgrade.
I hate camping, but highly dangerous situation here. They're downstairs.
Secret online.
Primary objective complete. All targets eliminated.
Cracked 'em. Fresh ammo.
Loadout drop headed your way.
Where are they?
That was on this floor.
Oh, let me at 'em. Ooh, shiny.
There's that horse in action, kids.
Enemy soldier incoming.
Sweet field upgrade. Get those knees up.
Is he going on the roof? No one had any lethals.
Hostile mortar strike near your position.
Solid copy. Mortar
Get
strike
some of
underway.
that sweet close air support.
No hits. Shots missed.
The guy above me.
Quick and quiet. Plate it up, bitches. Ooh, shinies.
Enemies dropping into the AO. You're losing ground. Move it.
Cracked 'em.
25 remain. Solid work so far.
Ma'am, we need to talk about your insurance. Just wanted to talk about your insurance. Maybe your home warranty.
I'm reloading. Get those knees up. Quit hiding. Where are you?
Fire sale active. Buy station prices have been reduced.
That pinging anything for us? Did that do anything for us? I would like to get my my loadout perks, so.
Resurgence is about to end. Make it count. Gas is closing in.
Go.
Fire sale's over. Adjusting prices.
Hostiles deploy the mosquito.
Someone sees us.
Enemies are dropping into the area. Watch the skies. Resurgence has closed. No more second chances.
I hear the footsteps, but I can't tell where they are. That dude's upstairs inside.
Supply crates are restocked. Advise you
Trigger
load up
fingers.
now.
Ooh, shiny.
Sorry, not sorry, homie. Take that mask. And that's with the gas right behind us, so
You got
mosquitoes
gas
back
moving in.
there. I am not going for a high kill lobby. I am trying to stay alive. One is wondering. Should be right. It's here.
10 remain. You're almost done here. Gas is moving.
Quit hiding. Where are ya? Quick and quiet.
Got 4 remaining. Stay sharp.
Quit hiding. Where are ya?
Whatever said I was
Got
good,
gas
guys.
moving in.
GG.
Boy, only 5 remain. You were close. The enemy took that one. Get them back.
It's a weird choice on his weapon swap there. I don't know why he did that. It's weird. Seven and 1. And these guys are absolute Muppets, just staring at each other. Weird.
Time's almost up. Finish the mission.
Gun up. Go. There you go. Nice job, bud. Nice job. All right, so we took what was that? 7 and 1.
Someone sees us.
Appreciate the dedication, but let's drop the overtime heroics. Time to RTB.
7 and 1, 4th place. I'll take it. You know, and on a map like this, you don't really need a ton of that, you know, 75-meter support. So you really can run a, you can run a CQC and a, you know, mid to sniper, you know, support build effectively and competently, especially if you're better than me. Is not a huge, you know, heavy, tall bar. It's all about making sure that you're using the weapons that are going to play into your play style. Where's your, you know, where's your strengths? Because a lot of people, you know, a lot of people rely on the weapons, let's say, to, no, we're not gonna, 200 millisecond? No, we're not looking for a 200 millisecond lobby. So, you know, a lot of people are relying on the weapon to make up for their inability. I don't like that way of doing things. I don't like that way of, I like to build my weapons to complement my playstyle. Obviously, part of that is balancing the okay. A lot of that is balancing your attachments to make up for, you know, where the gun maybe isn't very strong or where you aren't as strong, you know, with that particular gun. But I think that your loadout should be reflective of your playstyle. I don't think that you should be forcing a playstyle that you're not comfortable with. It's one thing to sit down and have a conversation about aggressive play. It's something very different to sit down at the screen and engage with that mentality and trying to, you know, force a play style that you're not familiar with. It takes a certain skill set and a certain familiarity with the map, with the items, with what's going on with the current meta of the weapons, and knowing what you can expect. When you watch people, you know, like Metaphor running around, you know, dropping 30 and 40 you know, in a lobby of 100 players on Urzikstan. The dude knows the map incredibly well. He's very mechanically skilled. He's aware of the items that he needs and how he needs to manage his budget, his dollars in the match, so that he can get the UAVs that he needs for the intelligence that comes from the UAVs and from the portables and all of that to keep himself safe. The best defense is a good offense. Well, he's using those utilities to shore up both ends of that, right?
Real things coming soon.
Not everybody has that kind of skill with the gun to guarantee that they're going to be able to survive X encounter and Y encounter. And when that's the case, you need to be ready to work with what you got. Good grief.
Enemy soldier incoming.
So figure out where your strengths are, and then, you know, get the guns set up so that you have the strength
All stations. Shadows.
from your loadout to complement your weaknesses. We'll drop living quarters, see what happens. Trying to diversify my drops.
Resurgence.
I don't want to.
Stay alive.
I'm sure that it's not very fun watching me drop in the same exact place every time. So we'll try to diversify a little bit. We got our weekly out of the way, so we're not as focused on that.
Hostile mosquito is online.
Where is he? He's got to be like right here, doesn't he? Not at all what I wanted to do,
Gas
but
is moving.
okay, cool.
Enemies are dropping into the area. Watch the skies. Friendly loadout drops on the way.
I don't know if that does anything or not, but if it does,
Enemies dropping into the
absolutely
AO.
does. Ma'am! Hold your fire!
25 are left. Stay sharp out there.
Where are they? Oh, let me Someone sees us.
Enemy soldier incoming.
Boom goes the dynamite!
Gas is inbound.
Where are they? Oh, let me at 'em.
Update requires restart. Just kidding. Enjoy your keycard.
Ooh, shinies.
Enemies are dropping into the area. Watch the skies.
Quit hiding! Where are ya?
Fire sale is active. Buy station prices are adjusted.
Ooh, shinies. I'm reloaded. Where are they? Oh, let me at 'em.
Resurgence window is ending. Watch your six.
Ooh, now we're moving. Ha ha!
Oh.
You're losing ground. Move it.
Quit hiding! Where are ya?
Enemy soldier incoming.
Ooh, shinies.
Fire sale's done. Prices are back to normal.
Quit hiding! Where are ya?
Be advised, Resurgence is no longer active. This is for keeps. Nine left. Keep the pressure on. Gas is closing in. Friendly UAV is tracking targets.
Eyes in the sky! Hide and seek's over! Sweet field upgrade! All this stuff is free? Where are they? Oh, let me at 'em.
Right up there.
Cracked 'em.
You're losing ground. Move it.
Oh, let me at 'em.
Top five.
Back to work. All this stuff is free?
Gas is inbound.
Quit hiding! Where are ya? agree? I love blowing. That's a 2023 model field upgrade?
Garbage.
Failure ain't fatal. It's just an opportunity to do better.
I'll take a second, I guess.
Field upgrade.
Where are we at? 5-1.
Mission complete, but I'm tracking more threats en route. Prioritize extraction.
Not horrible. I'll take a second. I'll take a second over a 23rd. Got the milk sweats. Ugh. Sounds horrible. Milk sweats. Ugh. We did all right. Yeah, and I'm not looking to rack up high kill counts because that's not where my strengths are. I am looking for repeatable success. Eventually, it would be fun to get high kill count lobbies, but I'm not there yet. Yeah, we're not looking for a 200 ping match, bro. Load up another one here. Let's see. Maybe we give this HRM and Core 45 build a try this time. That FJX and Bruin is a lot of fun. I actually really, really like it. I think the one thing that I kind of wish is that the Shadowhunter kit, the conversion for that MK9, that Bruin, I wish that it was either a little bit more mobile or that it did a little more damage. I wish that it it was either a little more mobile or it had a little more recoil control. I wish it was just, you know, I think that's the one thing on it that doesn't feel quite where we where we want it to be. Please tell me I actually queued it. Okay, I was about to say, man. Go. Is it ever gonna try to find us a lobby, or are we just gonna sit here forever? What do y'all think? Well, it doesn't look like it's gonna find us any matches. So yeah, I don't know. Tell you what, we'll go ahead and we'll end stream for right now. I will restart the computer and maybe we'll give it another try here in a little bit. Maybe there's a login issue on one of the servers or something. I don't know. So, but I'll restart and all that, and we'll see if we can get it going again. So, appreciate you hanging out. Hope the chat and looking at the notes and looking at the loadouts and everything was helpful. Hope it was useful. You know, again, just be aware. Renetti is a really hard sell with the Ferocity Carbine kit. That conversion kit is not really bringing us the value that it was before. So if you were using it, make sure that you actually understand where its value is now. It's not your end-all be-all. It's not your 0.45 second TTK weapon for all engagements. That era has died. So hope you got to enjoy it while it lasted. In the meantime, we are testing out these new potential meta options, meta type, meta style options. And I don't know, maybe after I restart the game will let us actually connect to a game and we can continue that testing. So we'll see y'all in a little bit. Thanks for coming out. Peace.